66, she's 67, she's 55, she's 43, she's 34, she's 21, she's 12, she's 11 months old. I know a woman with a soul story and it never gets old.
My name is Revolutionary Peter. I'm a performing poet, an actor, and a writer. Around the time I was growing up as a poet, there was a lot of revolution time is here, that kind of poetry in Mombasa, back in Mombasa. And it was really a tool, especially for addressing social injustices. And my mentors were doing most of that kind of poetry. And I found myself getting inclined towards that. My first piece about gender-based violence was actually not, it was for violence against men, it was for a boy child. And it also had a molestation story around it. That was purely fiction. It was purely fiction. I was trying to compose a body of work and touch on different issues that are not touched by then. And then once it came out, I saw what it did to people, and to date, people still be like, that piece you did then.
Kijana ya pasta ni naive. Kijana ya pasta bado amekrashia Genevieve. Kijana ya pasta hardworking but bado namwita mvivu. Kijana ya pasta his life ana give. Kijana ya pasta ideas ana conceive.
Over time, I've evolved into a more intentional writer and performer in poetry. When I was younger, you're dancing on a wave. Right now, it's more intentional. Right now, it comes from a genuine point. Right now, I've lived it. People say the older you grow, the finer you get in terms of art, especially for actors. Same way, I think, as a poet, the life I live every day, that awareness and sensitivity is channeled through now how I write, how I perform.
My name is Olive Purity. I am a guitarist and a communications personnel. I heard of Splitter's poetry in 2020 at MMUC, and his words really impacted me in a way of thinking he's very incredible with how he picks his words and how he delivers them. Yes, especially during the Womine Experience, Peter really chose his words right and really helped us to understand the importance of seeing the voice of the female in the society.
Specifically for the Womine Experience, incidents were there, but they came from the people around me, especially my female friends, and it just hit me that, wait a minute, I know a woman with an assault story. The next person knows a woman with an assault story. Everyone knows a woman with an assault story. But how much do we talk about this, and how much do we act on it? And even the first piece in the Womine Experience is I know a woman with an assault story. So it's a collection of true accounts. Some true accounts, some have been, jengwad fictionally for poetic justice.
Imagine umetoka shule, umetrust huyu uncle yako anakupeleka shule. But this same uncle of yours, the same person who's going to mistreat you, not even mistreat you. This person is taking advantage of us. I mean, I am speaking from experience. And it hurts me so much to see this world where it's not about even the gender-based violence, you find so many people are dead, they're dying. I mean, even sibling rivalry can cause that, and we are not supposed to be in that world.
When you speak about something and you have like your male friends saying, wewe pia hapo umetuingilia sana, or hapa wewe umekuwa feminist sana, those kind of things, they don't hold water, they don't matter anyway. But yeah, if you want to call it backlash, let's call it backlash. It doesn't affect me. It's just noise that has to be there if you're doing this kind of work.
I'm riding this wave now with you. I know it's getting late now.
During a performance, all I want for someone to feel is relate. Like my goal is kati ya hawa say 300 wako hapa, hawa say 15k wako hapa, yule mmoja mwenye this is meant for them, let it hit them home and let them walk away they are feeling, yeah, that was my story, or that was my performance.
Womine Experience was revolutionary. So soothing. It was so soothing and so needed. Very needed.
It's amazing.
Spectacular. Too many more.
Eye-opening.
Electrifying.
Life-changing and educative.
Mind-blowing.
Deep, triggering.
I realized I wasn't the problem that night. He was.
Emotional. Thank you, Rev.
That Womine Experience recognition at the Kenya Theatre Awards 2025 is a career, like it's a mark, you know, it's a moment, it's a milestone, and it comes as a pat on the back for the few years of work I've been doing around the theatre space in the poetry world. It's a thing that keeps growing, it's a thing that keeps getting its own life, yeah. And I'm starting with probably a county thing, you know. God willing, in May tunaanza kwa Mombasa, having a Mombasa edition of the show. Mungu akifungua mlango ya Nakuru pia tunakuwa hapo around June. I would want to record an album of the songs I've been writing, of the poems I've been writing, so that even after this moment is not really over, but have it recorded as an album for people to stream, or just for documenting the moment. In this space of the fight to make this world a safer space for women to exist and thrive, it's not a thing of men is to do alone, it's not a thing of women to do alone. I find it that sisi wote have to come together and say no to violence, because violence is the enemy.
So hurtful to find people who they entrust you with their souls, and then one day we end up being hurt in a way that we can't really pause and hold. We count, we hurt. We don't laugh because it's painful. So I'll say, let us be in a world where we can be free. Let everyone be herself. Let every woman experience what every person in the world can. Women's stories do not have to be those of pain.
This goes out to our mothers, those who sang a dirge before they could sing a wedding song, or sang a dirge after singing a wedding song. Their lives are like a free Spotify account on shuffle. Song after song, hoping a lullaby would come by and put their nightmares to eternal sleep. This goes out to that campus girl who needs pills to sleep. She gets academic D's for rejecting her lecturer's D, and all her parents can think of is that Asomi kwa bidii. Her esteem is bruised from all the undoing she's been accused. This goes out to that loving wife who is routinely abused. Yet her parents tell her to stick on because she's the magnet pulling them out of poverty. This goes out to all the women who've been sold out as property. A reminder that your value counts to infinity and that you have no price. You are the goddamn price. This goes out to all the women who getting verbally stabbed is no longer a surprise. This goes out to that neighbor who sheltered that crying woman that fateful night. You are a hero in your own right. This goes out to those who grew up in violent homes. How I pray your heavy hearts lead you to the light. This goes out to victims of madness, of gender hate, of bipolar partners, of marital rape. This goes out to all the women who from toxic environments are trying to escape. You are heroes, even without capes. This goes out to all the men who fall in love with damaged women and walk with them through healing. The men who understand sometimes for a woman to feel safe around you beats all feelings. This goes out to our fathers who loved and did right by our mothers. This goes out to that woman and every other woman doing something right for peaceful coexistence to redefine. This goes out to Womine.